I'm sitting at my kitchen table in our small Portland apartment, a binder full of wedding plans spread out in front of me, my heart racing with a mix of excitement and nervous energy, my fingers tracing the edges of a sticky note where I wrote "Lavender Lemonade" in purple ink. My name's Emily, I'm 30, and I've been a third-grade teacher for the past 6 years. A job I adore even if it means living paycheck to paycheck. My classroom a chaotic haven of glitter glue and laughter that keeps me grounded. The apartment smells like the lavender candles I lit earlier. A little touch to make the space feel special while I finalize the details of the wedding I've been dreaming of since I was a little girl, twirling in my mom's old veil, pretending I was a bride, imagining a day filled with love and promises. I'm marrying Jake, my fiancé of 2 years, the man I thought was my soulmate, the man I thought I'd grow old with, the man I thought would never break my heart. Jake and I met 5 years ago at a friend's barbecue in a backyard filled with string lights and the smell of grilled burgers. The summer air warm against my skin as I stood awkwardly by the cooler, unsure if I should have brought something fancier than a six-pack of soda. I was sipping a lemonade, feeling out of place among strangers when he walked over, his easy smile and warm laugh drawing me in like a magnet, his "you look like you need a burger" a line that made me laugh, a line that broke the ice, a line that started it all. He's 32, a sales rep for a tech company, always on the road for work, but back then he'd always make time for me, or so I thought. We bonded over our love for hiking, our first date a sweaty trek through the Columbia River Gorge, where we sat on a cliff overlooking the waterfall, sharing a granola bar and stories about our childhoods, the sun setting behind us, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. I told him about growing up in a small town outside Portland, my dad a carpenter who'd build me treehouses, my mom a librarian who'd read me fairy tales, their quiet life a contrast to the chaos I craved. He told me about his big family in Seattle, his dreams of traveling the world, his promise to take me with him someday, a promise I held onto like a lifeline, a promise I thought he meant. We moved in together after a year, this cozy apartment our first real home, its walls covered with photos of us, hiking at Mount Hood, sipping coffee at our favorite cafe on Alberta Street, laughing at a pumpkin patch last fall, our arms wrapped around each other, our smiles so genuine I thought they'd last forever, our love a story I thought would never end. I'd spend evenings cooking dinner in our tiny kitchen, Jake sneaking up behind me to steal a bite of pasta, his "you're the best," a whisper that made me feel safe, made me feel loved. Last year, he proposed on a snowy evening at Mount Hood, the air crisp, the stars bright above us, the snow crunching under our boots as we walked hand in hand. He got down on one knee, his hands shaking as he held out a simple gold ring, his "Will you marry me, Emily?" A question that made my heart soar, a question that made me believe in forever. I said yes through tears, my "I love you" a whisper against his lips as he slipped the ring on my finger, a moment I replayed in my mind every time I felt scared, every time I doubted, every time I needed to believe in us. I've been saving for our wedding since that day, every extra penny from my teacher's salary going into a joint account we set up together. A little app on my phone that I'd check obsessively, watching the number grow with every deposit. I'd skip my morning coffee runs at the cafe down the street, pack peanut butter sandwiches instead of eating out, even take on extra tutoring gigs after school, staying late to help kids with their math, my exhaustion a small price to pay for the day I'd always dreamed of, a day I thought we both wanted. I pictured a small outdoor ceremony at a vineyard just outside Portland, fairy lights twinkling in the trees, a white dress with lace sleeves that I'd found on Etsy, its delicate fabric a dream I'd pinned to my vision board, and a band playing our song, "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran, as we danced under the stars, our friends and family cheering, our love the center of it all. The account had $20,000 in it, a number I was so proud of, a number I'd worked years to reach, a number I thought meant we were ready to start our life together, a number I thought Jake cherished as much as I did. Jake was always supportive, or at least he seemed to be, nodding along as I showed him fabric swatches for tablecloths. laughing when I got stressed about whether to invite my cousin who always drinks too much, promising we'd have the best day of our lives, his, "I can't wait to see you in that dress," a comment that made me blush, made me feel seen. He had access to the account too. I trusted him completely, never imagining he'd do anything to hurt me, never thinking he'd betray me in a way I couldn't forgive, never doubting the man I thought I knew. Last week, he even suggested we book the venue, his "let's make it official," babe, a moment that made me feel so secure, so loved, so sure of our future. I spent hours on the phone with the vineyard owner, confirming the date for next June. My heart soaring as I imagined walking down the aisle toward him, my dad at my side, my mom crying in the front row, Jake's smile waiting for me at the end. His eyes locked on mine, his love a promise I thought was unbreakable. But something felt off the past few days, a nagging feeling I couldn't shake, a whisper in the back of my mind I tried to ignore. Jake, been distant, always on his phone, stepping out of the room to take calls, his just work stuff, a response I accepted without question, even when my gut told me something was wrong, even when I noticed the way he'd avoid my gaze, the way he'd pull away when I tried to hug him. I thought he was stressed about his latest sales quota, thought he needed space, thought I was being the supportive fiancé by giving him that, by not pushing, by not asking too many questions, by believing in him even when I shouldn't have. Yesterday, I asked him to transfer the deposit for the venue. A $5,000 payment to secure our spot, my voice light, my smile hopeful, my "we're so close, Jake," a reminder of our shared dream. He hesitated, his "I'll do it tomorrow," a delay that made my stomach twist, but I brushed it off, telling myself I was overthinking, telling myself he'd never let me down, telling myself I was just nervous about the wedding. This morning, I logged into our joint account to double-check the balance before calling the caterer, my excitement bubbling as I pictured the menu. Lavender lemonade to match the candles I loved, grilled salmon with a lemon glaze, a 3-tiered cake with buttercream frosting and edible flowers, a cake I'd spent hours designing on Pinterest, a cake I thought Jake would love. But when the page loaded, my heart stopped, my breath catching in my throat, my hands trembling as I stared at the screen. The balance was $0, not a penny left. I refreshed the page, thinking it was a glitch, my hands shaking as I dialed the bank there. The funds were withdrawn 3 days ago, a sentence that made my world tilt, my vision blur, my dreams shatter. I checked the transaction details, my breath hitching as I saw a $20,000 transfer to Jake's personal account, a transfer I didn't authorize, a transfer I couldn't explain, a transfer that felt like a knife in my chest, a betrayal I couldn't comprehend. I called Jake, my voice trembling, my "what happened to our wedding money?" A question I never thought I'd have to ask, a question I never imagined I'd need to, a question that broke my heart just to say. He didn't answer, his phone going straight to voicemail, his silence a weight I couldn't bear, a silence that screamed betrayal louder than any words could, a silence that left me alone with my shattered dreams. I sat there, staring at the empty account, my binder of wedding plans mocking me from the table, my dreams of our perfect day slipping away. My trust in the man I loved crumbling with every second that passed, my heart breaking in ways I didn't know it could, my future disappearing before my eyes. It's the next day, and I'm packing our apartment, my phone clutched in my hand, my unanswered calls to Jake piling up like a storm I can't escape, each ring a reminder of the betrayal I can't unfeel, each unanswered call a stab to my already broken heart. I haven't slept, my eyes red from crying, my mind racing with questions I don't want to face, questions I can't stop asking. Questions that keep me up as the clock ticks past 3 a.m. The wedding binder sits untouched on the table. Its pages a cruel reminder of the future I thought we'd have, a future I thought was ours. A future I thought Jake wanted as much as I did, a future I now know was a lie. I keep replaying the bank's words. The funds were withdrawn 3 days ago, and I feel like I'm drowning, my chest tight, my breath shallow, my world unraveling thread by thread, my dreams slipping through my fingers like sand. Jake finally walks through the door at noon, his suitcase in hand, his face pale, his "we need to talk," Emily, a sentence that makes my stomach drop. A sentence that confirms my worst fears. A sentence that makes my heart race with dread. I stand frozen, my hands clenched. My "Where's our money, Jake?" A demand I can't keep calm, my voice trembling with a mix of fear and fury, my body shaking as I brace myself for the truth I don't want to hear. He sets the suitcase down, avoiding my gaze, his words spilling out in a rush that shatters my world, each one a dagger to my heart, each one a wound I'll never heal from. "I used the money," he says, his voice low, his "I needed a break, so I took a trip to Paris with someone else." A confession that hits me like a punch to the gut, a confession I can't unhear, a confession I'll never forget, a confession that changes everything. I stare at him, my mind struggling to process what he's saying, my heart breaking with every word, my vision blurring with tears I can't hold back, my hands gripping the edge of the couch to keep from collapsing. "Someone else," I whisper, my voice shaking, my hands trembling as I try to steady myself, my mind racing with images I don't want to see. He nods, her name's Rachel. She's a colleague, and we've been seeing each other for a few months. A truth that makes the room spin, a truth that makes my knees weak, a truth that makes me feel like a fool, a truth that makes me question everything I thought I knew about him. I feel the air leave my lungs, my anger rising like a tidal wave, my pain a fire I can't extinguish, my betrayal a weight I can't carry. "You took our wedding money, my savings, to take your mistress to Paris." I say, my voice breaking, my tears falling freely, my hands shaking so hard I can barely hold onto the couch, my heart pounding in my chest like a drum. He shrugs, his "I didn't think you'd find out so soon," a response that makes my blood boil, a response that makes me want to scream, a response that makes me hate him in a way I never thought I could, a response that makes me see him for who he really is. "I was stressed, Emily, work's been hell, and Rachel gets me in a way you don't," he says, his tone casual, like he's talking about the weather, like he didn't just destroy my life, like he didn't just break my heart. We stayed at this amazing hotel near the Eiffel Tower, had dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant. It was worth every penny. I think about the lavender lemonade I'd planned, the dress I'd saved for, the band I'd booked to play our song, the vineyard I'd pictured us standing in, and I feel like an idiot, my trust in him shattered, my dreams stolen by someone I thought loved me, someone I thought I knew, someone I thought I'd marry. I grab my phone, my hands shaking as I pull up the bank statement, shoving it in his face, my voice rising with every word, my anger spilling over like a dam that's finally broken. "This was $20,000, Jake, money I worked years for, money I trusted you with?" I shout, my tears streaming down my cheeks, my heart pounding so hard I can hear it in my ears, my voice raw with the pain I can't contain. "I skipped coffee, worked extra hours, sacrificed everything for our wedding, and you spent it on her? On a trip I'll never take, on a life I'll never have." He steps back, his "I'll pay you back eventually. Just give me some time, a promise I don't believe, a promise I can't afford to wait for, a promise that means nothing to me now, a promise that can't fix what he's broken." I think about the vineyard, the deposit I can't pay, the wedding I'll have to cancel, the humiliation of telling my family, my friends, everyone who believed in us, everyone who RSVP'd, everyone who bought plane tickets to be there, everyone who thought we were the perfect couple. I tell him to leave, my "get out, I can't even look at you," a command I mean with every fiber of my being, my voice raw, my body trembling, my heart in pieces on the floor. He grabs his suitcase, his "I'm sorry, Emily. I just needed this," a hollow apology as he walks out the door, his footsteps echoing in the hallway, his absence a void I can't fill, a void I don't know how to live with. I collapse on the couch, my sobs echoing in the empty apartment, my heart shattered, my dreams in ruins, my future a blank page I don't know how to write. I think about the ring on my finger, the proposal at Mount Hood, the man I thought I knew, and I realize I've lost more than money. I've lost the future I thought was mine, the love I thought was real, the life I thought we'd build together, the person I thought I was. I call my best friend Mia, my voice breaking as I tell her everything, my words spilling out between sobs, my hands shaking as I clutch the phone like a lifeline. "How could he do this, Mia?" I ask, my tears soaking the cushion beneath me, my voice barely a whisper, my pain a weight I can't carry alone. She listens, her "I'm so sorry, Emily." He's a monster, a comfort I cling to, her "you don't deserve this," a reminder I need to hear, her voice a steady presence in the storm that's tearing me apart. I thought he loved me, I say, my voice cracking, my hands trembling as I wipe my tears, my heart aching with every word. I thought we were building a life together, Mia. I thought he was my forever. She sighs, her "I know, Em. I thought so too," a shared grief, her "he doesn't deserve you, and you're going to get through this," a promise I want to believe, a promise I don't know if I can. We talk for hours, her voice a lifeline in the storm, her suggestion to confront him publicly a seed that plants itself in my mind, a seed that grows with every tear I shed, every memory I can't escape, every sign I should have seen. I think about the photos I'd seen on his phone last month, the late-night texts I'd ignored, the perfume I'd smelled on his jacket, the signs I'd dismissed as paranoia, and I wonder how I could have been so blind, how I could have trusted him so completely, how I could have loved someone so capable of hurting me, how I could have been so wrong about the man I thought I'd marry. It's been a week since Jake left, and I'm sitting in my classroom after school, grading papers, trying to keep my mind off the mess my life has become, my hands trembling as I mark a student's spelling test with a red pen, my eyes burning from lack of sleep. The kids are gone for the day, their laughter a distant memory, their empty desks a stark contrast to the chaos in my heart, their drawings of rainbows and stick-figure families a reminder of the innocence I've lost. I had to cancel the wedding, calling the vineyard owner with a shaky voice. "I'm so sorry, we can't move forward," a confession that made my chest ache. "I'm so sorry, Emily. Let us know if you need anything," a kindness that made me cry harder, my tears staining the lesson plan on my desk. My dreams of that vineyard ceremony fading like a photograph left in the sun. I told my parents, my friends, my coworkers, the humiliation of explaining why the wedding's off a weight I can't shake, their pitying looks a reminder of my failure. You'll find someone better, a hope I can't feel, a hope I don't know if I'll ever feel again. I've been sleeping on the couch, unable to face our bedroom, the memories of Jake too raw, too painful, the scent of his cologne still lingering on the pillows, the sight of his empty side of the bed, a wound that won't heal. A wound that bleeds every time I close my eyes. I pawned my engagement ring to cover rent, the $500 I got for it a bitter reminder of what I've lost. The pawn shop clerk's, "Sorry, hun, it's a tough break." A sympathy I didn't want but needed, the ring's absence on my finger a constant ache, a reminder of the promise he broke. I've tried calling Jake, begging him to pay me back, my voicemail's desperate. "You owe me, Jake. Please, I can't do this alone," a plea that goes unanswered, his number now blocked, his silence a wall I can't break through, a wall I don't know how to climb. I check his social media, a habit I can't stop, my heart sinking as I see photos of him and Rachel in Paris, kissing by the Seine, sipping wine at a cafe, laughing at the Louvre, living the life I thought we'd have, a life I thought was ours, a life I'll never know. I call my mom, my voice cracking as I tell her about the money, the trip, the betrayal, my words spilling out in a rush, my hands shaking as I grip the phone, my tears falling onto the grading papers, smudging the ink, ruining the work I can't focus on. "I don't know how to move forward, Mom," I say, my voice barely above a whisper, my heart heavy with the weight of my loss, my future a void I can't fill. She listens, her "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. He doesn't deserve you," a comfort I cling to, her "Do you need money? I can send you some," an offer I can't accept, an offer I wish I could take. "No, Mom, I'll figure it out. I can't take your money," I say, my voice firm, my pride the only thing I have left, my determination a fragile thread I'm holding onto. She's on a fixed income, her savings barely enough for her own bills, her arthritis making it hard for her to work extra hours, and I won't burden her with my mistakes, won't let her sacrifice for me the way I sacrificed for Jake, won't let her feel the pain I'm carrying. "You're stronger than you think, Emily," she says, her voice soft, her words a balm to my wounded heart. You'll get through this. I believe in you, a hope I want to hold on to, a hope I don't know if I can. I decide to confront Rachel, finding her on LinkedIn, a 29-year-old sales manager at Jake's company, her profile picture all smiles and confidence, her bio boasting about her passion for travel, a detail that makes my stomach churn, a detail that makes me want to scream. I message her, did you know he used my wedding savings for your trip? A question I need answered, a question I deserve to ask, a question I can't stop thinking about. She replies hours later, I had no idea. I'm so sorry, Emily, a response I don't know if I can believe. I ended things with him as soon as I found out. A claim I can't verify, a claim I want to trust but can't. I want to believe her, want to think she's not as cruel as Jake, want to think there's some good left in the world, but it doesn't fix the hole in my life, the $20,000 I'll never get back, the trust I'll never regain, the dreams I'll never live, the love I'll never feel again. I take on extra tutoring hours, working late into the night, my eyes burning from staring at math worksheets, my exhaustion a constant companion, my bank account still empty, my rent looming like a shadow I can't outrun, my landlord's "you're late again," Emily a warning I can't ignore. I think about the kids in my class, their bright smiles, their trust in me, their "Miss Emily, you're the best." A warmth I don't deserve, a warmth I can't feel, a warmth I wish I could hold on to. I wonder how I let myself trust Jake so completely, how I didn't see the signs, the late nights at work, the secretive phone calls, the way he'd pull away when I tried to hold him, the way he'd stopped saying, "I love you" first. I find a credit card statement in his old desk drawer, charges for plane tickets, a hotel, a $2,000 dinner in Paris, all paid for with my money, all while I was planning our future, all while I was dreaming of our life together, all while I was loving a man who didn't love me back. The betrayal cuts deeper, my anger growing, my resolve hardening. I need to make him face what he's done, need to make him see the pain he caused, need to make him feel the weight of his actions. I hear through a mutual friend, Sarah, that Jake's back in town, staying at his brother's place, acting like nothing happened, laughing at bars, flirting with new girls, living a life untainted by the wreckage he left behind, a life I can't even imagine anymore. I decide to confront him one last time, showing up at his brother's house, my hands shaking as I knock on the door, my heart pounding in my chest, my breath shallow as I prepare myself for the fight I know is coming. Jake answers his "What do you want, Emily?" A question that makes me snap, his casual tone a match to my fury, his indifference a fire to my pain. "I want my money back," I say, my voice loud, my tears falling, my hands clenched at my sides, my body trembling with the weight of my anger. "You stole my dreams, Jake, you owe me that much." He rolls his eyes, his "I told you I'll pay you back, stop being so dramatic," a response that makes me want to scream, a response that fuels my anger, a response that sets my next move in motion, a response that makes me realize he'll never understand the depth of my pain. I walk away, my anger boiling, my heart set on making him pay in a way he can't ignore, a way he can't escape, a way that will make him feel the weight of what he's done, a way that will make him see the woman he broke. It's a Saturday night, and I'm standing in the middle of a bar in downtown Portland, a spot where Jake and I used to go with our friends, a place filled with memories I can't escape, memories that now feel like lies, memories that cut deeper with every step I take. I heard he'd be here tonight, a casual get-together with our mutual friends, the same ones who were supposed to be at our wedding, the same ones who sent me "I'm so sorry" texts all week, the same ones who RSVP'd yes to a day that will never happen, the same ones who believed in us as much as I did. I've decided to confront him publicly, to make him see the pain he caused, to make him face the consequences of his betrayal, to make him feel the shame I've been carrying since he walked out that door, to make him understand the depth of the hurt he inflicted. The bar is crowded, the air filled with laughter and the clink of glasses, string lights casting a warm glow over the wooden tables, the jukebox playing a song I used to love, a song Jake and I danced to on our third date, a song that now feels like a cruel joke. Jake's at a booth in the corner, surrounded by our friends, his laugh loud, his arm around a beer, his carefree attitude a stark contrast to the chaos he left in my life. A contrast that makes my blood boil, a contrast that makes me want to scream, a contrast that makes me realize he's moved on while I'm still picking up the pieces. I step forward, my heart pounding, my phone in hand, the credit card statement ready to show the crowd, my hands trembling but my resolve firm, my voice steady despite the storm inside me. "Jake, you're a liar," I say, my voice cutting through the noise, the room falling silent, all eyes on me, all ears on my words, the air thick with anticipation. "You stole $20,000 from our wedding fund, my savings, to take your mistress to Paris, and now I'm left with nothing. No wedding, no money, no future, nothing but the pieces of a life you shattered." The crowd gasps, their eyes wide, their whispers a hum I can't ignore, their shock a validation I didn't know I needed, their murmurs a chorus of disbelief that echoes my own. I hold up my phone, the statement on display. He spent my money on plane tickets, a fancy hotel, a $2,000 dinner. All while I was planning our wedding, all while I was dreaming of our life together, all while I was loving a man who didn't love me back. A truth I need them to hear, a truth I need them to believe, a truth I need to say out loud to make it real. Jake's face turns red, his "that's not true, she's exaggerating." A defense that falls flat, a lie that no one buys, a desperate attempt to save face in a room full of people who see through him. Sarah stands up, her "That's disgusting, Jake. How could you do that to her?" A sentiment that echoes through the group, her voice sharp, her anger a mirror of my own, her betrayal a shared wound. Another friend, Mark, shakes his head, his "You're a piece of work, man," a judgment that makes Jake flinch, a judgment that makes me feel seen, a judgment that makes me feel like I'm not alone. Others join in there, "I can't believe you do that. And she deserves better." A wave that crashes over him, their phones out, recording the moment, capturing his shame for the world to see, their voices a chorus of justice I didn't expect but desperately needed. Jake storms out, his "You're pathetic, Emily." A parting shot I don't care about anymore, his words hollow, his anger meaningless in the face of his guilt, his exit a victory I didn't know I needed. The video of my speech spreads online, our friends sharing it on Instagram, strangers commenting, "What a jerk." And she deserves better. Their support a balm to my wounded heart, their outrage a fire that burns away some of my pain, their words a reminder that I'm not the one who should be ashamed. I hear later that Jake's boss saw the video, that he's been demoted at work, that his friends have started distancing themselves, his reputation in tatters, his life a mess he can't escape, his actions a stain he can't wash away. I feel a flicker of satisfaction, but it's hollow, my own life still a mess, my savings still gone, my dreams still out of reach, my heart still broken. I go back to my apartment, the silence deafening, the wedding binder still on the table, its pages a reminder of what I've lost, its dreams a ghost I can't outrun, its promises a lie I can't unlearn. I sit on the couch, my tears falling, my mind racing with questions I can't answer, questions I can't stop asking, questions that haunt me in the quiet of the night. Maybe I should have seen the signs, I think. Maybe I was too focused on the wedding to notice Jake pulling away. Maybe I was too naive to think he'd never hurt me, too blind to see the truth, too trusting to protect myself. I blame myself for not checking the account sooner, for trusting him so completely, for believing in a love that wasn't real, for thinking I could build a life with someone so capable of betrayal, for thinking I was enough for him when I clearly was. I think about the late-night texts I'd ignored, the way he'd come home smelling of perfume I didn't wear, the excuses I'd accepted because I wanted to believe in him, because I wanted to believe in us, because I wanted to believe in love. I look out the window, the Portland skyline a blur through my tears, the city lights a reminder of the dreams I still have, dreams I don't know if I can chase anymore, dreams I don't know if I'll ever reach. I wonder if I'll ever trust again, if I'll ever heal from this betrayal, if I'll ever stop blaming myself for a crime I didn't commit, a crime I didn't deserve, a crime that wasn't mine to bear. I think about my students, their bright smiles, their trust in me, their innocence a contrast to the cynicism I feel, and I wonder if I'll ever trust like that again, if I'll ever love like that again, if I'll ever be whole again, if I'll ever be the person I was before Jake broke me. I think about the fairy lights I'd planned, the dress I'd never wear, the song we'd never dance to, the life we'd never live. And I wonder if I'll ever find happiness again, if I'll ever find someone who won't break me, if I'll ever find the strength to start over, to believe in love, to believe in myself, to believe in a future I can't yet see.